Well, hey everyone, and welcome to another video here from Ministry Designs. In this video, we are going to dive into some basic website theory concepts. So buckle up, get your pen, get your paper, get ready to learn, and we're going to dive right into this video right now. Well, hey again, and welcome back here. If this is your first time on the channel with us, make sure that you take a second right now, like the channel, subscribe to all of our content here, and ring the little bell down below to make sure that you are always notified when there is a new upload happening on the Ministry Designs channel. We have a lot of new content coming out. We want to make sure that we can add as much value as possible. But in this video, we're going to be diving into website theory, meaning what is website theory? It's just the why behind your website. We here at Ministry Designs believe that a website should not just be thrown together and just, everyone just kind of has ideas and it's by committee and everyone kind of just throws their stuff onto the site. There is a strategic theory to websites. There's a reason why things work and things don't work. There's a reason why, we see billboards on the side of the road. Why? They're just giant signs. Why are we still doing that? Because they work. Why do people still send you emails with coupons in them? Because it works. Because there's marketing theory. There's actually advertising theory. There is a website theory for your church. And what we want to do in this video is explain to you why your website is important and what kind of content should go on your website and what's the thinking behind it. How should I think when structuring my personal website for my church? So what we call our website theory is going to be the Alpha Church website framework, right? That's the backbone of it. But our basic concept of website theory is going to be that your website is for the new visitor. If you don't have that down first, if you don't have the established order of who is my website actually for, then you're never going to be able to accomplish everything that you would love to do on your website, because you're always going to be fighting that uphill battle of who am I actually trying to talk to here? And that is always going to be your new visitor. Now, why is that? Why should I go into my website thinking, okay, this is for new visitors? Well, that's because you may be thinking as well, like, well, should I just neglect my members? Of course not. You want to have content for your members as well. But the reason that we say the main purpose of your website is for your new visitors is because they are the people that are going to spend the least amount of effort to find what they're looking for and to make a relationship with you. Your members have already gone through a membership class. They've already been attending. They've been giving to your church financially. They've already been sowing into you and invested in you for a long time. So when it comes to them, they're going to be much more willing to search for answers or to find things that they're looking for. They don't need to be pandered to as much. Someone who doesn't know you, who has no reason to spend 20 minutes scrolling through your website to find basic information, they're going to be much less likely to put that effort in, and they're most likely to be turned off and go somewhere else where they can find the information they're looking for quickly. So because of that, we want our websites to be pandered towards the new visitor. We want our communication to be new visitor central. We want our images to be images that a new visitor would care about. Maybe they don't care about the pictures of the family church potluck that happened 2 weeks ago, but they do want to see, what does the lobby look like of your church? What does the parking lot look like? What am I going to see when I walk in? Think of what is a new visitor going to experience if they were to walk into your doors, and then capture that experience and display it on the website and make it easy to find. Now, again, this doesn't mean that you can't have member content. It just means maybe put it on a different page. Do you really need all your events with the slider and all the different things going on your homepage? Or can you reference it on your homepage and then send people over to your events page to get what's going on? Or use your newsletter to keep people updated, right? You can always make it easy to navigate, to find the information people are looking for. But when it comes to that prime real estate, that homepage, that new here page, those important things that people are going to see right away, that stuff has got to be geared towards visitors. So that's the first idea of the website theory for churches, right? And then building into that, we get into that backbone where we get into the Alpha framework. Now, I'm not going to spend a ton of time talking about this because it's a lot, and there's other videos that we discuss it. But in a sense, essentially, the Alpha Church website framework is discover, like, trust, and engage. 1, 2, 3, 4. In that order, right? You can't like somebody until you discover them. You can't trust them until you like them. You can't engage with them if you don't like them and trust them first. You have to be in that order. It's like the following, kind of like of a human relationship. If I meet you, that's step one. Then we make a good first impression. Okay, I like you. Then over times of hanging out and seeing each other, then maybe, okay, I start to trust you. And then from the entrusting point, maybe then I'll deepen that relationship. I'll be an engagement. If it's a romantic thing, like for instance, with my wife, I met my wife. I got to know my wife. I liked her. I thought she was pretty, right? I thought she was good looking. I thought she was funny. And then I got to know her more, began to trust her. And then as I got to the trusting phase, I said, you know what, I want to spend the rest of my life with her. And then I proposed to her and we became engaged together in that long-term relationship, right? So that is the idea behind the Alpha framework. So you want to be discoverable. You need to be found online. You need to be on Google. If you're not optimized for Google, if people can't find you, then you're going to lose out on hundreds, maybe even thousands of opportunities to meet and reach new people in your community. You got to be discoverable. You got to figure out how to get on page one of Google. You got to figure out how to start getting some good ads running from Facebook and other social media platforms. You got to get traffic. Your website's dead if there's no one looking at it. We need to make sure first and foremost people are coming and they're looking at the site. And then step two, like. So once they discover you and once they get to your website, do they like what they see? Is it good design? Is it exciting? Do you have pictures and videos of faces and people experiencing your church? Is it something that is going to make people say, I like this, I want to get involved with this? If not, then you're failing in that area. You're never going to get the trust. Trust is where we get to answer questions. And once they like you, it's like, okay, now let me settle in a little bit. Let me start to learn about this church. Why should I come? Why should I trust you with my children? Why should I trust you with my spiritual well-being? That's answering those questions, being very forward in your communication and also very visitor-friendly in terms of your communication, saying, encouraging them, hey, this is about how we do it. We're so excited to have you. If you would like to come, this is what we'll do for you. Rather than like us-focused language where it's all me, 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 me. This is how I do it. This is what I do. This is what I do. It's much more like, hey, we're excited you're here. We're excited that you are taking this risk with us and jumping into this journey with us. And then lastly, it's engaged. So once they discover you, like you, trust you, it's time to propose. It's time to give an opportunity to engage. Let's seal the deal. Let's get this thing going. That's by providing calls to action on your page, which we've talked about in other videos before as well, by having some type of way to engage. So that is the Alpha Church website framework in a nutshell. But the idea here is that your website should serve a purpose. It's not just a swamp that's just sitting stagnant, collecting mold. It's a river. It should be directing people towards something. You should be flowing towards the ocean, and people jump in, and it takes them downstream towards where you're trying to get them to. And that's what this framework does. And by having the definition of who your website is actually for, it's going to be for your new visitors. That gives it the direction. Okay, I know it's for my new visitors. I want to get people to find me, and I want to get them through this framework process to engage with me and to come through my doors on Sunday morning. So what does that look like? How am I going to get them there? What am I going to do to improve it? Can I constantly look at different little details? Where are people falling short? Where am I failing in my website? Simply asking people that maybe you don't even know, or maybe family members that don't go to your church, asking them, hey, could you just find these 10 things on my website? Can you find my service times? Can you tell me, can you review what you think? What do you think of this video? I'll give you $5. Just take 10 minutes and go through this list of content. Find people that maybe are outside of your sphere of influence, outside of your own bubble. Sometimes we can get into our own echo chambers of ideas, and it's good to get outside of those a little bit. Get amongst the real people, the people that you're trying to attract. Get your website theory in your brain, because once you get there, it's like, oh, everything makes sense in terms of my website. When it comes to my social media, I'm posting it back to my website. When I'm announcing things on Sunday morning, I'm pushing it back to my website. Everything runs through the website, and I'm starting to have an understanding of why this is so important and what I can do to improve it. So hopefully that is helpful. I know it's a lot we just dove into there, but if you have any questions about it, feel free to reach out to us at ministrydesigns.com. We'll be more than happy to help you and to get you started and maybe even coach you through some options of how we can help you to do this for you and for your church yourself. So thanks. We will see you in the next video.